Now we will discuss the format of balance sheet. Okay, so the balance sheet is the part 1 of the financial statement. So heading part 1 form of balance sheet. Okay, so when we prepare a balance sheet, first we should write the name of company at the top. At the top of the balance sheet we should write the name of company. Suppose ABC Limited is a company, so in the heading, as a heading we have to write ABC Limited. Then address of that company also we should note. Then after that we should write the heading of the balance sheet, that is balance sheet as at the 31st March 2019 or as at 31st March 2020, we should write like that. Okay, so first name of company, then the balance sheet heading. Then after that we should draw the balance sheet, and in that there are four columns. There are four columns. First particulars, and in that we will write the items. Then second column note number, then third column current year figures, and in the last column previous year figures. When we studied the balance sheet of proprietorship as well as a partnership, we did not make any previous year figures with the current year figures. We did not provide any previous year figures along with the current year figures. But as per the Companies Act, when we prepare the balance sheet of a company, we should also write the previous year figures along with the current year figures in order to compare current year figures with the previous year figure. It is very compulsory. Okay, so for the balance sheet there are four columns, and first column particulars. Okay, in the case of proprietorship and partnership, it was like T column. That means in the first column it was liabilities, then amount, then assets, amount. But in case of company balance sheet, it is vertical. Okay, so first heading is the equity and liability. Equity and liability. Equity and liability. So in the liability side we always record capital as well as the outside liability of the business. We will record two items, capital as well as the outside liability of the business. In either proprietorship or as well as a partnership, we will record both capital as well as liability. In a company, this capital is known as equity. So capital of the company means equity. Then outside liability, like here liability means outside liability of the company. So main classification, first one equity and liabilities. And under equity and liabilities there are four headings. Under equity and liability there are four headings. First one shareholders fund. Shareholder means the owners of the business who invest capital into the business. Okay, shareholders means in a company means the investors fund, that means the capital invested by the owners into the company and their reserves. Okay, so shareholders fund includes first one, shareholders funds include first one, share capital. When we studied the issue shares, we have prepared the notes of share capital, that is authorized capital, then issued capital, then subscribed capital, then less course in arrears. That all we should prepare in the notes. That all we should prepare in the notes. So the items included in the shareholders share capital is authorized capital, issued capital, subscribed capital. So if a question asks authorized capital, give the main heading and subheading. So the main heading of authorized capital is shareholders fund and the subheading is share capital. Subheading is share capital. So these are the items that are included in the share capital. Then second one, reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus include all the reserves of the company and all the surpluses and the losses of the business. Okay, so all the reserves as well as all the surplus are included in the reserves and surplus. Okay, can you give some example? First one, P&L. First one, P&L, profit or loss. P&L, that means profit and loss statement, profit or loss. Then capital reserve. Capital reserve. Then capital redemption reserve. Capital redemption reserve. Then general reserve. General reserve. Then debenture redemption reserve. Debenture redemption reserve. So revaluation reserve. So all type of reserves of the company and all types of surplus as well as the losses of the company are recorded in the reserves and surplus head. So if a question can be asked like this, general reserve, we have to note the main heading and subheading. So general reserve, the main heading is shareholders fund and the subheading is reserves and surplus. So in the case of general reserve, main heading shareholders fund and subheading reserves and surplus. Then whereas capital redemption reserve, main heading same shareholders fund, subheading reserves and surplus. Okay, this kind of question can be asked for 4 marks in your final exam. Okay, 4 mark question, main heading as well as subheading. So in reserves and surplus, there will be all reserves of the company and all the surplus or losses of the company. Okay, clear? Then third one, money received against share warrant. Money received against share warrant. In this, no other money received against share warrant means we will provide the shareholders will provide some guarantee, and against that guarantee the company receives some amount, and against that guarantee the company receives some amount. Then the company collect the funds from shareholders and give them a guarantee as share warrants. And there are no subclassifications for this heading. So these items are not for your exam. These items are not for your exam. Okay, this will not be asked. Okay, so first heading shareholders fund, under that 3 share capital, reserves and surplus, and money received against share warrant. Clear?